Ipsomo-Devilla/Getty Images. The U.S. House became the latest employer to spurn Trump's payroll tax holiday, which is now in effect until December 31st. The lower chamber joined several large companies and at least 3 red states in rebuffing the directive, citing difficulties around carrying out the deferral and the prospect of getting stuck with large tax bills. The fact that few employers would take this up was totally foreseeable. The scheme just didn't work, tax expert Seth Hanlon told Business Insider. Trump said he would forgive payroll taxes if he is re-elected, but that requires Congress to act. Visit Business Insider's homepage for more stories. The House of Representatives on Friday became the latest employer to reject President Donald Trump's payroll tax deferral for its employees. It joins several large companies and some red states that have already spurned the measure. The sparse involvement from employers threatens to inflict a heavy blow on a plan the Trump administration touted as an effective way to get money to households and boost spending. In an email to employees, the House's Chief Administrative Officer Philip Kiko said the lower chamber determined that implementing the deferral would not be in the best interests of the House or our employees. It continued, as a result, we will not implement the payroll tax deferral. Rep. Ken Brady, a top Republican on the House Ways and Means Committee, announced on Thursday he was deferring the tax for some of his staff, according to the Wall Street Journal's Richard Rubin. Brady's office did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The fact that few employers would take this up was totally foreseeable. Last month, Trump signed an executive order to implement a payroll tax holiday through December 31st. Employees earning under $4,000 every 2 weeks, or below $104,000 yearly, won't have to pay the 6.2% tax out of their paychecks, which is used to fund Social Security. Employers can choose whether they want to defer the tax payment, but it's not weird since it requires Congress to step in. Trump's directive has triggered significant criticism from business groups and tax experts. Several large employers have rebuffed taking part in the holiday, such as CVS Health, United Parcel Service, Home Depot, and J.P. Morgan Chase, the Wall Street Journal reported. It's needless complication for virtually no benefit for employees and a lot of risk on employers, Seth Hanlon, a senior fellow at the left-leaning Center for American Progress, told Business Insider. The fact that few employers would take this up was totally foreseeable. The scheme just didn't work. At least 3 states with Republican governors are opting out of the plan. Indiana and Arizona are not participating, for the Washington Post, and Oklahoma isn't either. So far, the federal government is implementing the tax holiday for federal workers, active U.S. troops, and civilian contractors within the Defense Department, none of whom can opt out. The lack of participation will likely limit the program's reach, and the tax holiday could have little, if any, effect on economic growth, experts say. Federal guidance says that participating employers have to recoup the money by collecting the Social Security levy twice from January to April. That step would reduce the size of workers' paychecks, and it's open to question how an employer can collect the tax from a worker that may not be on their payroll early next year. It's unclear whether the Senate will forego implementing the tax holiday as the House did. A spokesperson for the Senate Secretary's office, which administers payroll for the upper chamber's employees, told Business Insider that Senate staff received an email on Friday saying guidelines were still being reviewed and no decision had been reached. Senate offices are especially a clear example of an employer that might have employees not on the payroll in the new year, Hanlon said, pointing to campaign workers. The president tweeted on Thursday that he would totally forgive all deferred payroll taxes with federal tax revenue if he were elected to a second term in November. Donald J. Trump, at Real Donald Trump September 11, 2020. But absolving employers of their tax obligations requires lawmakers to pass legislation. Hannan said it's unlikely given the scant tax holiday participation in the private sector, and reluctance to do so in both parties. No icon to cross lines that form an X. It indicates a way to close an interaction, or dismiss a notification. Let's block ads. Why?
Show your love for him. Click the link in description. Thanks for watching.